So anybody that they say she has no shame, that's my role model. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like it and decide to stay by hitting the subscribe button. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. So today I am here to tell you to have no shame. Have no shame. It's holding you back. It's holding you back personally, it's holding you back professionally, and honestly, it doesn't matter what people think. Forget about everybody else. They don't matter. Only you matter. We tell ourselves, I'm shy, I'm modest, I am introverted, I have imposter syndrome. These are all things that are blocking you from achieving your goal, stopping you from being yourself and reaching your full potential. So before I get into it, what is shame? So according to Google, shame is a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Or a shorter definition, it's a painful feeling that's a mix of regret, self-hate, and dishonor. Honestly, you have no business feeling any of these things. Regret, self-hate, dishonor. Like, these are really heavy, like chill. There's no need for you to be feeling any of these things. So shame is something that we really shouldn't be feeling. We all have a fear of failure, being embarrassed, being judged. Ultimately, we're all afraid of feeling shame, and then we protect ourselves by playing it safe. So we don't want to expose ourselves or put ourselves out there in any way that might cause us shame. This is a natural thing to do, but being smart and revealing your full potential lies beyond natural. So you need to actually go out of your comfort zone, realize that this feeling of shame or this fear of feeling shame is holding you back. Without shame, we get to be our true selves and we get closer to achieving the things that we want. So getting past the fear of shame would help you discover what you actually want. What you think you want might not actually be what you want, and you would never know if you don't try it out. For example, you want to try pole dancing. You think you would love it, but you never try it because you're afraid of what people would think or what people would say. And then you just have this big dream in your head of, oh, I want to try pole dancing. I think it'll be so great. You might actually try it and discover that you don't like it, but then you just feel regret for never having tried it when you might have ended up not even liking it. So just do whatever makes you happy. Stop caring what people think. So when I talk about shame here, I'm not talking about the shame that comes from something you've already done. Maybe you've done something that's questionable and you're afraid of what people would think about you, or you just don't feel great about it. So that is a different thing. I am even talking about the things that we stop ourselves from doing because we're trying to prevent that feeling. So the shame I'm talking about is the worst kind, honestly, because this comes from things that haven't even happened, things that are non-existent really. It's just the fear of that shame is stopping you from doing things. So there's shame from the things that you have and there's shame from the things that you don't have. So sometimes we have a certain talent or we have a certain desire that we don't want to explore because we are afraid of the shame that we will feel. If, for example, you love singing, you actually might be talented, but then you're shy. You don't want people to hear it because you feel like they might laugh at you, or you feel like you're just not good or whatever. So you limit yourself by not expressing that part of yourself. You want to paint, but you don't show anybody your paintings because you're ashamed of them. There's also certain desires that we have. So there's a certain way you might want to look, or there's a certain way you want to live, but then you don't express that because you're afraid of what people would think, and you're afraid that you would feel shame. So you're holding yourself back, you're not expressing yourself fully, you're not being your true authentic self just because you're afraid of what other people will think. And then you start to develop limiting beliefs. So you start to say things like, I'm not an artist. Let's say you're not professionally an artist, and then you start to tell yourself, oh, I'm not an artist, so my work is not valid, or I don't have the body to pull off that dress, or there's certain things that you just start to tell yourself to stop yourself from trying these things, but you want to do them and you do want to express yourself in that way, but you never get to because you have told yourself a certain thing just so that you present yourself to the world a certain way, and also to protect your emotions, obviously. So you really need to start doing what you expect of yourself and not what others expect of you. So I got a comment the other day and it said something, I'm going to put it here. It said something like, stop seeking validation from strangers, something like that. And I just thought to myself, like, you don't even know me. It was a short, so I put up a YouTube short of myself, like I think I was just spinning and obviously my body is part of it's me. So it wasn't anything revealing. I wasn't wearing anything revealing. It was a little bit tight, and I just felt good that day. It had nothing to do with my body or seeking validation from people. I I don't really care what people think. I just felt good. It was as simple as putting up a picture of me smiling. To me, it's the same thing. I love the way I look and I am not afraid to show that. But someone else saw that and thought to themselves, let me leave a comment saying, stop seeking validation from people. And yeah, in some cases, people do, seek for validation from people. But if you feel good, put it out. Like, I don't see what the big deal is. So I thought that comment was really silly and I wanted to bring it up actually in this video because if I was, if I felt shy or what would people say about it, or maybe I shouldn't because it would make me look a certain way, I don't care. So I just put it out there and I feel like a lot more people need to do that. Just put out things that you feel like putting out. Even this video I'm recording right now, I haven't gotten all my points together properly. I still feel like it's not ready, and like even starting my channel, it's something that I definitely thought, what would people think about it? I did feel a bit of, not shame, but I felt shy about it. I felt like it might not be received the way I intended. There's so many factors that came into me deciding to start this YouTube channel and put out every single piece of content that I do. And I just needed to decide to do what I felt like doing, even though sometimes I slip up and I say the wrong word. I've decided to do whatever I am doing afraid, like even if I don't feel 100% comfortable with it, I'm putting it out there. As long as it doesn't go against my core beliefs and values, then there's nothing wrong with putting things out. When people say she has no shame, actually I want to be like those people. So the people that live out loud, they do whatever it is that they feel like doing. Yeah, sometimes they do things and maybe, I don't know, but maybe they do feel, oops, people don't like what I've done or whatever. They're putting themselves first and they're doing whatever it is that they feel like doing. And I think that that's the most important thing in life, is to just be yourself, express yourself to the fullest, and bring out everything that you have in you. Like, we have one life to live, and if you feel a certain way, there's a reason why you're feeling that. So obviously you need to express that. So anybody that they say she has no shame, that's my role model. Then there's also shame from what we don't have. Obviously in the day of social media, this is a big thing. Everywhere you turn, you see people doing things and having things that you wish you had, and then you feel some type of way because you don't have those things. And I'm not even just talking about material things, I'm also talking about like knowledge. For example, you are not as well spoken as the next person, so you don't want to sound like you don't know what you're saying, or like you're not as smart as the next person. And I feel like, yeah, just put it out. I struggle with this because now I have a YouTube channel. I'm constantly talking. Sometimes I feel like, do I sound smart enough? Am I even qualified to be giving advice or to be saying the things I'm saying? Like, this is a very good example. I had my points written down, and I tried to convey the message, but I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm not a therapist, I'm none of these things. This is just from my point of view. So the most important thing to me is to try my best to give valuable information. Some people might like it, some people might not, and at the end of the day, I might look back at this and think, what the hell was I saying? But at least I put myself out there. That's the only way I can get better and express myself. The most important thing to me is to express myself fully in my life. And like I said earlier, this is not just a personal thing. Sometimes it seeps into your professional life, where you're holding yourself back because you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that you might feel shame because you might not do something the right way. So even professionally, look at your professional life and figure out how shame or the fear of it is holding you back. So I'm going to end this video by saying, be the person that they say has no shame. When they say that person has no shame, that's exactly who I want to be. Not in a bad way. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, you're exposing yourself or whatever it is. But just live fearlessly and don't care about what other people think about you. People don't even care. People don't care. People are living their own lives. You're just, a 10-minute gist in their life. Like, they just talk about you for 10 minutes and they move on to the next thing. So at the end of the day, you are keeping these things in you and you're not expressing yourself, you're not being yourself because you're afraid of what other people might think. Sure, you might actually embarrass yourself once in a while, but who cares? It doesn't matter. It will pass and you would learn from that experience and you would have experienced that experience. You don't want to live in regret of things that you did not do because you were afraid of what other people would think. I really hope this video was helpful to you. If you did find this video helpful, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. I would really like to hear from you. If you are not subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.